Hello ladies and gentlemen. In today's video I'm gonna show you how easy it is to deploy a container where you can back up all of your data from your computer, from a cell phone or any device on the network as long as it is reachable. And I will show you how you can deploy it via the command line and via the graphical user interface using the platform called Portainer. And now I have already logged into the device where we're gonna deploy the container. And if we type the command docker ps, we can see that we have two containers running. One is the Grafana and the other one is the Portainer, the graphical user interface of viewing these containers. If you don't know what the Docker is or what the Portainer is, please go watch my previous video. For now, I will assume that you know those things. What we can see from this output is the container ID, the image, the date when it was created, the status, and the ports which are opened. The side of the container and the side of the host itself. What we can see if we go now to the port 9000, which is the Portainer itself, I will go. I can see the same output but in a graphical user interface. I will deploy an image called owncloud server, which is this one. Actually this one. And what we can see from here is we can see the pull command. Actually we need image name because I already have pulled down the image, so we will run it first from the command line, but from the graphical user interface is pretty easy. So I will type the command now, docker run -d to run it as a daemon, and -p because we will need to map the ports. If you're interested how the port mapping is going to the Docker container, let's say the user has first going to the Docker host. So the host port, it will be 8080, and the container port we're gonna have to map the container port, which is 8080. But first you're gonna have to make sure that you don't have any ports overlap, because it will make you problem. And if we map the host portainer with the container port 8080, and we put the image here, we can see that it was that easy to run a Docker container. And if we go now docker ps, we can see now the other owncloud server image. And if we go to the Portainer platform, we can see the other container that we have here, because we didn't specify it name. Docker is giving random names to the containers, and we have the ports specified. So if we go now to the IP address where it is hosted and type the ports 8080, we can see now we have the owncloud and here it is. It's a pretty nice, good container. I mean, it's a pretty handy where you can back up all your data. All you need to download is the desktop app or an Android, iPhone, whatever you have. You can choose what to be synchronized with this, and you can back up all of your data. I will just briefly show you how does that look. So you can have it inside of your home network. You just need to install it. I already have installed it. So I go into the app, and you can see that you can add a server address. The server address will be this one because it will go to this address, the username and password from the owncloud container, and you will have to choose a local folder where it will choose and where it will backup. So, and if we go to the activity, you can see that it's gonna start to synchronize. I will quit now this application. Deploying the same container from the graphical user interface from the platform called Portainer, you can see that it is pretty easy. For now, I will delete this container that we created from the command line, and I will click on Add Container. What we need is the container image name. We will paste here, and I will type a name. Where we have to also publish the ports. The container port is 8080, and I will map with 8081, let's say, here on the host. So if we click now on deploy the container, it may take some time. It depends if you have the image here in the images section. I have, that's why it goes this fast. Now we can see we have our own cloud container with the ports exposed, and if we go to the IP address of our server and 8081, the port that we just opened on the host to map to the port 8080 on the container itself, we can see that we have the container opened, and if we log in with the default admin password, we have the container running where we can back up all of our data. But that was pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good evening. If you like this video, please subscribe.